I feel like the man in the city, surrounded by all these women. I'm a young box, stay stiffy. I'm trying to see who gon' let me pop a Willie. Shorty body banging, banging, bang. Wondering do it match a sex game. She got up on top of the chick like she play for the X game. Told her bend it over, she on all fours. Shorty looking like a four-wheeler. Put the Magnum on, start stroking it. Yeah, I serve it like a dope dealer. I like to go down low. She like when I'm down low. Just say what you down for. And when she grind on me, up in her ear, I tell her, baby girl, you can get it. I let her know that I'm a real G. Hey, shawty start smiling, now she know I wanna pop a Willie. Let me pop a Willie. Pop it in that kitty, LOL, really. She like, boy, you silly. Let me pop a Willie. Pop it in that kitty, LOL, really. She like, boy, you silly. Let me pop a Willie. 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 Now this one night that I really wanna get in. Body so tight, tryna find a way to fit in. Busy all week, we can meet up on the weekend. Tryna pop a Willie, that Willie, you make it give in. No, no, no. No, 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 we ain't making no love. We just doing what the grown folk does. I found a nicer way to say, can I come and hit it right away? Beat that sideways, beat that sideways. Can I beat that sideways? Hit that sideways. Get out, hit it sideways. I don't get tired, put your hands up. If you try to run, I get the handcuffs. Remember fun, you know what it is, a stick up. Baby, you know I'm silly, but I know she know I wanna pop a Willie. Let me pop a Willie, pop it in that kitty, LOL, really. She like, boy, you silly. Let me pop a Willie, pop it in that kitty, LOL, really. She like, boy, you silly. Let me pop a Willie. 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 Pop it in that kitty. LOL, really. She like, boy, you silly. Let me pop a Willie. Pop it in that kitty. LOL, really. She like, boy, you silly. Let me pop a Willie. 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 Let me pop a Willie.
Bottle girls. Never really cared for the hoes that pose for the dough when barely wear clothes, but I'm talking about bottle girls. Bottle girls. Every hoe in your city with a little bit of titties wanna show they pretty, but these girls all really got ambition. And they on a money mission, money making addiction. Check that diction, do stuff that fiction. And they never stop bitching, plus you never dick in, never stick in with the games, with the lames and the games to the kick in. She said, wait, now that I'm thinking, like, don't you rap and self-fried chicken? I said, girl, that hurt. And what you said was so bogus, cause most of your favorite big rappers were grinding and started off being the brokest. The way that you look and the way that you talk is really just making me hopeless. You're lucky I'm very supportive, the hand on my right has been keeping me focused. Keys to success, major keys. I write verses, I've been working. Yeah, we live in this cold world and you know nobody is perfect. So girl, stack it up like you poster. Put that ass on the poster. He can't keep composure, he's asking you for some closure. But fuck all of that weak shit, make that money and leave quick. These rappers that they be talking, but that vag you got them all beefing. This shit is kinda ironic. Bottle girls are iconic. Only talking that money, got you fellas hooked on that phonics. I sing bottle girls, bottle girls. Never really cared for the hoes that pose for the dough when barely wear clothes, but I'm talking about bottle girls. Bottle girls. Every hoe in your city with a little bit of titties wanna show they pretty, but these girls all really got ambition. When they want that check and they want respect and they won't give neck, but they get you wrecked. Take a breath, take a sec, take a little bit of time just to go and reflect. Think of every single time in the retrospect, spending every single dollar with no effect. What the heck you check with the cash they collect? Yeah, it's making more sense when the dots connect. You not on my list, no, you not on my list. You ain't getting this jizz, you ain't getting my kids, you ain't getting this bitch, you ain't getting no shit. That's how I is. So mission above, mission pushing the board, not going to court. I'm screaming and yelling, fuck child support. They're not catching me slipping. Ain't no Bill Cosby on this side. You know how we do. It's the motherfucking culture, boy.
They know, wanna everybody say free Chico. I don't trust nobody, no. Yeah, I see you while they hating, get your money up. Hey, crack for fast, man, get your money up. Jody pop for the dollar, get your money up. Got my paper to the ceiling, get your money up. Hey, I see you while they hating, get your money up. Hey, crack for fast, man, get your money up. Shorty pop for the dollar, get your money up. Stack my paper to the ceiling, get your money up. I see you while they hating, get your money up. Hey, crack for fast, man, get your money up. Shorty pop for the dollar, get your money up. Stack my paper to the ceiling, get your money up. Superfly Jimmy Snooker, I'm off the rope with it. My African man came off the boat with it. Said he got it for the low, I had to go get it. The more money you make, the more you gon' spend it. If ain't by the dollar, 24/7, round the clock, I'm by my dollar. Pop my collar when they see me, all these bitches wanna holler. Got 100 goons in the club in case it's a problem. Hey, on the edge, don't push me over. You got that Drake, got that controller. Hey, I don't trust nobody. Them story-selling niggas make you kill somebody. Hey, I see you while they hating, get your money up. Hey, crack for fast, man, get your money up.
Yeah.
Hip hop point of view.
What's up?
What's the drill? Wait for Lee to get set up. You gonna use the headphones now? I thought the verse was coming. You know what I'm saying? Heroes headquarters, we in the building.
Yes.
Introductions, I'm E.
Bravo Captain.
We got Big Lee. Tell them who you are, Big.
Yo, what's up, man? My name is Lee, man, from the Boogie Down Bronx.
There we go. We got you on live. You know what I mean?
What's up?
We're gonna be
You
moving
can
around.
adjust that mic. You could adjust it so they can
Cool.
hear you loud and clear.
There you go. So we're gonna ask a couple of questions. First, you know, I know back in the days we met on the football field.
Yeah, definitely.
So you still follow football? Still play? None of that?
Yeah, I follow it. You know, that's a passion. But no, I don't play it as much.
No
as I used to.
semi-pro, no flag,
No,
all
none of
that.
that.
No
maybe-
flag.
Probably, but no. I
No
just,
two-hand touch. No hard two-hand touch.
No
that
more of
street
that,
ball.
you know.
Two-hand touch of the street.
That was the
my
joint
game
right
built
there.
for me. Yeah, it was. That that's what's missed out here too a lot. You know.
A lot of that
That
movement.
childhood.
a lot of that being
running
outside,
around.
Good
being
childhood.
interactive. Now everything video games and stuff though. But
Word
no
up.
more football for me.
Let's
though.
crazy.
Before we go with man, let's talk about
Yeah.
this two-hand touch street football.
Yeah.
I think that was the best training that you can receive, because you're dodging cars at the same time. People, like,
And the space
That-
was small,
it was
right? It
small.
wasn't like a big
Yeah.
field.
No, it wasn't.
So
It
your
wasn't
skills
at
had
all.
to be
and
up.
you had to be,
Yeah.
you had to be something to make it happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, if I knew, like, if we was thinking properly, man, we could have made a league out of that.
I mean, you know,
We could still
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it, maybe.
I mean, we can still do it. And I'm pretty sure there are a lot of them now. They just probably call them flag or two-hand flag.
But we have
But-
it in official street, like a real
Like
street.
cut off a street, like a fair.
Like with the cars and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Like we're not talking the field, we're
Yes.
talking the street, right in
Yes.
the middle of the street. I
That's
think that'd
deep.
be great.
That'd
Yes.
be crazy, right?
That'd have been cool. Definitely.
Some Bronx cut off the street, concourse. You know, it would be a war
Yeah.
out there though.
You know what? That's a great idea, though.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
See,
That'd
this
be like
how-
some
this how it
Smack
happens.
DVD
This how it
TV
starts.
type thing, but just football, you know?
And can you imagine the blocks? Because your block was heavy. The Maniacs.
Yeah, definitely.
And they used to go against Mad. You know,
Yeah.
Mad. I remember Mad Neighborhoods had their teams and their
Yeah.
names. It was serious.
And that's how it was too. Either maniacs and either playing sports or you was doing something else though. But that was something that we was able to have in our neighborhood was these older guys and creating something great.
Yeah, it was heavy, man.
But sports for me wasn't. See with football, because I always get asked about football. Football, I never realized how good I was in it. Football was just a way for me to get away from my problems. So when I played football and you threw the ball off, I had no issues, no problems.
Wow.
Whatever we was dealing at home or whatnot.
That's crazy.
So I was always like, I never wanted the game. For that moment.
You was in a whole other world.
So every problem I had or any issue at home, it was gone.
Yeah.
So I never wanted the game to end. I was the type, you come down, you come down, let's play.
Play again.
And what was dope about it too at those times was that like everybody was a child at that moment, no matter the OGs on the block, no matter what. Like certain things, they like, nah, I'm getting in this. Yeah, we're playing.
It would be like 30-year-old, 20-year-old,
you wasn't too cool.
Yeah.
To do certain things because that was what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You had the older cats that probably played and wasn't going that hard, but they play. You had the young dudes that were advanced, but they happened to be able to play with the big kids. And you had the dudes that played all the time. You know what I'm saying?
And then you had the cool dudes that didn't play, but they just pulled up on the block and just played the corner and watch
and chill.
And that's hip hop.
But then real quick, when they do a timeout. When there's a timeout, bus coming through or something,
they were holding it down, right?
Throw the ball real quick.
Yeah. You got one of those too,
so they can show their skills and everything.
Hilarious. So this is Shantae, one of our hosts.
Hello, Shantae. Nice to meet you. Good and yourself.
So one of the interesting things too was even in those games, you know how much danger to our body. Like we was jumping.
I'm feeling it now.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm feeling it now.
It was regular.
The day I wake up, it is not a day I wake up.
You were going
like,
deep. You were running into cars, fire hydrants.
Some people cause some real injury.
Oh man,
they still wear the scars.
Yeah,
I got
it was
scars.
fun.
There was a time that we was about to play. I don't know who we was gonna play. I think we was gonna play Mashula. And at what's that? What was the park?
Right?
Yeah, right there. Right there.
Mashula Parkway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a little riff with somebody on the block, right? So he made it his business to hurt me that day.
Oh, okay.
And before we even started the game, we was practicing. He made it, clip my whole joint, split my whole thing open.
Wow.
Went to the dentist real quick, got the stitch, came back like, let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Shut it off.
But that's how we was at that time.
Yeah.
You get hurt, you like you got a broken hand, you throw the cast, you wrap it up.
Yeah, that's commitment.
We getting busy.
It's true.
No concussion protocol.
They always wanted to hurt me. Though.
Yo, Lee was a little menace.
I
Man.
hated him, bro.
Yo, Lee was a
I
menace.
I hated him at times. There was times I was like, I swear, B.
It was fast,
swear,
rugged.
I swear. I was like,
Y'all talking about basketball?
nah,
football.
Football, yeah.
Like my brother.
Let's go,
Gwe-
Patriots.
My brother Gwe not here because he tell me that all the time.
Let's go, Pats.
They always do trying to kill me though. But
Yeah, so I remember that. He was like, I remember him being because I think you did the Saints as well, right?
yeah, I did. Exactly.
He was my nemesis.
Yeah, I did.
He was
I
my
did the
nemesis.
Suns, Yeah.
Because he was making me look bad. Like I always had a little height. He was smaller, but he was wrapping people
He
up.
was
and all.
always
Yeah.
small.
So I was like,
little small, nice dude. You couldn't catch it for nothing. Like, can't stand.
I tell you this though. One of the reasons why Lee is here, always supporting, making his comments. But he sent me a DM. Yo, I swear to God, I'm gonna read the DM later.
You
But
the frame that.
Mhm.
You gonna frame that?
I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna post it. It was a DM that said, "Yo, look, and it's one of the reasons why he's here too is just to articulate to us what he thinks, what we need to do, what he likes, what he don't, because that's the kind of feedback that's going to push us further. You know what I mean? Some people have other interests, like I need to get marketed, I need to get my album out or whatever. But the people who have no real interest and are just supporting because they like what's going on, that's who's going to push us forward.
Yeah.
So he said the DM, look, keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate it, and I know he's a hip hop head. BX, we have that same era.
Definitely.
So what was your first introduction to hip hop? If you can remember.
Was my uncle Ray Ski.
Mm-hmm.
He was a DJ back in the day, back in the 80s. And I used to be, and every time he DJ, like my job was to grab the milk crates
K Cryer.
Yeah, you know.
That was the
I
job.
that's what I would do, was grab the milk crates and get them ready, and then what attracted to me more was as we set up on any block. When you see the crowd build up and you hear the music and you just see the energy that starts to build, and that was a great thing, you know. Then I had to learn like certain records, and when he asked for something, I had to know who it was. But I couldn't do that until I had everything in each crate, who was there,
knowing
what type
the crate,
of knowing the crate, what's in there. When
Oh,
he
so
asked for it.
that's real.
So yeah, that is.
So how'd you get used to that?
Cause I really get used to it, cause I was real young, so after
Like what age we talking about?
I'm talking like 10, 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you carried it all?
Yeah, well, we had
One-man
the hand truck, so
Okay.
I'll do whatever just to be behind. Not really necessarily just to be a part of it, but just to be there and just to be by the DJ. Because you gotta understand, like when I was growing up in hip hop, the DJ was the focal
Was the
point.
man.
Yeah.
You was the
was the
DJ,
man.
you was the man.
Yeah.
Period.
It wasn't really the MC. The MC at the time was getting confused with the, I don't want to with the cool dude, the drug dealers, and so the MC wasn't really shining. It was more the DJ, and just to be behind those crates and see the crowd, and I'm there. They're like, "Yo, who's that?" I thought I was the coolest dude in the world.
I mean, that's what
at that time.
at that
Yeah,
time
yeah.
that's what sold the event.
Yeah,
You couldn't
DJ.
you couldn't put an artist and then people would come for an
it
artist.
was all the DJ.
Is who the DJ
Yeah.
was.
So why do we think it switched now?
That's a good question.
Right.
question. Lee, what you think?
Yeah,
Why do you think
well-
it switched?
Well, for now, like for this era right now, I think the DJ is getting more recognition, and they in the they not in the
You got the
forefront, but they
Khaled's,
moving
the
more up in
Selfs,
front of the
yeah.
line.
Oh, okay.
As far because at the same time the way music is listened to has changed. I think the club scene and the loud scene right now is kind of giving the DJ that scenery.
Yeah.
And they get more knowledge. If you're going Grammy, you got like DJ Carmelo, you got these other DJs
Yeah.
that are making names for themselves. So and that's a great thing that we actually going back and giving these people that started actually the foundation of where music is about, and having them come back up front, and then you got the break dances and everything else. So,
See, I think the money aspect changed
Yeah,
a lot of things
that too.
because the DJ, they would play a bunch of records, and whoever was in the party, the stadium, the block, would appreciate the DJ. But when they found out the artist was reaching millions of people,
Yeah.
It was a rap.
it was a rap. Focus
Yeah.
on the artist. Let's get this money.
Agree.
And then the DJ.
Sometimes I go out for artists, but then certain times I go out for DJs because I know I'm gonna have a good time if the DJ is spinning there.
So give me one of your top 2 DJs that you gotta go to their parties.
Top 2 DJs that I have to go to, I would say DJ Booth for Fabulous and Nicki Minaj. I feel like whatever time of the day it is, even in a closed room with no light, I feel like I'm at a party.
Wow.
It's 2:00 in the morning, 9:00 in the morning, 1:00 in the afternoon, and I feel like I'm at a club having a good old time.
That's a good vibe.
And just recently, we connected with Trace,
DJ
and I've
Trace.
been to a few of his spots and heard him spin, and I'm like, all right. I
Shout out to
see.
Trace, man.
Okay.
Shout out to Trace.
All right, Trace.
So who's your 2? 'Cause I don't think you really focus on the DJ, bro.
Yeah, I did. Well, you crazy.
All
Yeah,
right, so who's your 2? Here come the 2. You on live, baby? Who's your 2? Who's your 2?
I like Enough. I really like Enough.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Carmelo is not. They're all in the same realm. They're all in the same realm. But I really like Enough is like my number 1, just because of a lot of artists, a lot of big known artists at the time for our generation. He helped break. You know what I'm saying? He was there breaking them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And his it's just his genuine craft, man. Like you could tell he's one of those DJs that grew up with the passion to DJ and then get into it because it's the thing to do, which a lot of people do. Like,
So I'm surprised, Lee,
Yes.
that you don't have somebody before Enough.
who? Red Alert?
Okay, Red Alert.
Oh.
Oh
Red
yeah,
Alert?
that's
Okay.
the
Red
pioneer.
Alert.
Definitely,
Red Alert?
Okay, all right. So who you got, Lee?
Well, right now I say I like DJ Khaled.
Okay.
I just like the fact that he you know, his bag, he went in there with a bag full of things. He just you know, and you can see just as far as what he's doing on Instagram and showing personalities and expanding
showing
more
his
than
family,
the DJ stuff and stuff like that, you know. But I like right now DJ Khaled, and I also like Swiss Beats.
Swiss Beats.
Ooh.
Okay.
You know, Swiss. I think, you know,
Make
when
money.
Swiss, when he come out, he coming hard.
Yeah.
So I would say
As a DJ?
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
a lot of these
That's the thing. A
producers-
lot of
Yeah,
lot of
a lot of
DJs,
a lot of these producers
a lot of
started as
producers
DJs.
started
Yes.
as DJs.
Yeah. Because I was going to
So
say,
you
for my
can't-
generation,
a lot of
I
people
didn't
get
see
mixed
him
up.
as a DJ.
A lot of people get mixed up.
Yeah, they
in,
do,
like,
yeah.
the ability to like Premier.
Yeah.
Premier's
DJ
a dead
Premier's
night.
another one. Yeah, he's
dead
nice.
night.
A lot of
Yeah.
them
Premier's
started.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of them
yeah.
started that way. So I would say, like, one of the there's a lot up and coming. Like you said, DJ Trace. Another one is Mike Nees. That are they just getting busy. But one of my favorite when I was younger was Red Alert. Obviously, Get Busy, and I really was a fan of Mr. C.
You know what? I forgot about
Mr.
Mr.
C.
C.
Mr.
Yeah,
C.
I gotta give
Yeah,
Mr.
he
C.
was.
Yeah.
Mr. C. One time I went to a party with Mr. C, and he was like, "You're not gonna hear nothing recent. Just brace yourself."
Yeah.
He said, "Don't get mad at me. Don't request it. Don't. There's nothing recent coming on."
Yeah.
And he just played like pretty much classics and stuff from like the '90s. The whole party. We're talking about 4 hours.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
you know, but sometimes a lot of DJs, and I'm not saying names, but a lot of DJs you could tell their sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they got an 80s set, you know, when the swag is coming on, you know, like so many stuff, you know it. And it's like, I'm not,
Like
you know,
a lot of DJs don't know how to dictate the party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
just
They
playing their
follow,
set.
Yeah.
they
Yes,
follow the
yes,
crowd
yes.
within, and they don't,
Yeah.
you know, they don't create the environment where it's like, oh, you know, they just following who's in there, you know.
yeah, they're just playing their set. And
But that's a craft
Yeah.
though. Like that comes with like just being, you know, just knowing how to DJ, you know, and set
Exactly.
the tone.
So now, I would say, if you, like, you look at the cats, they don't need the crates no more, right? They're doing
Yeah.
the technology. You never thought about, I don't need to do the crates no more. I was doing records. I kind of knew how the cadence was going. I'm gonna get into DJs. You never thought about it, DJing?
No, I never thought about DJing. I never did, because I was younger. Then as I got older, that's when the MC became like the
More prominent.
You know,
Okay,
and
yeah.
that was something. I tried rhyming, but you know,
Really?
I
Wow.
got one rhyme. I was doing it for like 2 years.
Yeah, the same rhyme.
Yeah, the same rhyme. But
Do you remember it?
Yeah, I got it.
You
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
it? You
yeah.
wanna freestyle it?
Oh, you want me to
Remember
freestyle it right
We
now?
want to hear it. We want to hear it. Hey, get ready, baby.
All right, so he already know what it is, though. You know.
He said I already know about
He said
it.
he left.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
left.
yeah.
He said, "Yo, where's
Alright,
the bathroom?
though.
Where's the bathroom?"
Let's do it, let's do it.
He already know what it is.
Alright, hit it.
Are you ready?
Exclusives.
Exclusive.
Got
Yeah,
it.
y'all ain't never heard this before.
Peanut butter jelly.
What the dilly willy? When I pop a willy, don't you squilly? For really, it's really, really willy on the mic. I do it like a pair of fresh snakes. I stay nice all day, all night. Like grandma's beans and rice. I'm soda without the ice, just hot.
Got a little
Shit,
swag.
you know, that was 2 years in the making, though. You know, give me another 2. I got something coming for y'all.
He said, "Give me another 2. I got that second verse.
Yeah. Oh, yo,
I
Swizz,
got
you hear
that
me?
second verse.
Oh,
Swizz, you
man.
hear me? I need that beat with this.
Oh my God.
No matter what beat it is,
Yeah.
they be like, yo, he be like, don't worry, I got something for this.
That's
Don't worry, I
crazy.
got something.
So
Yeah, yeah.
we're gonna jump ahead a little bit.
Sure.
So, you know, I know we were talking downstairs.
Yes.
Who do you listen to now that you feel like, you know what, you know, they're worthy of the same feeling I was feeling when I was listening to it back in the day? Who do you listen to now?
Right now I listen to a lot of Meek Mills.
Meek. Okay.
Oh yeah, I like
Free
Meek
Meek.
Mills, and like this for me with my kids, like the music they listen to. I give it a chance. It's just a different sound and it's different. But Meek Mills right now is somebody that like in the morning before I go to work, I'm throwing Meek Mills on.
Wow.
And I'm
That
listening. That's who
motivation.
that motivation, you know, and that's who I'm really listening to right now is Meek Mill. I think, you know, sorry the situation he's in and stuff
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
crazy.
But for me right now it's Meek Mill, Drake. You know, I like when you have a little bit of that old school and this new school and these new cats.
Yeah.
It's a great thing, you know, and
Yeah.
I think that's what like hip hop kind of like is missing
Yeah.
is that message that because music is, it was like when I played football, I played just to get away from my problems.
Yeah, it was a therapy.
And yeah, it was my therapy, exactly. And music was a therapy for all of us. Like you go home, you close your eyes, and you just tune in. Somebody was telling a story that you related to, that you never told anybody else about your problems, but that one rapper understood what you was talking about, and you just went away with it. I think music now, I don't think these kids close their eyes and really go away and listening. You know, we missing that element. There's a lot of
And
elements
though we
about it, but we missing that.
listen to it one time and then expected a review. Like we said,
Yeah.
what do you think about it? It just came out 5 minutes ago. I have to listen to it.
It's to me, I know, and I'm not. I think more now, like hip hop is just a beat and a hook. You know, I think I think the corporate world just cares more about making the money and what sounds good, and we the people lost sense of what music was to us, and that's the message and how it made you feel.
I think too with how hip hop is now, or rap, is that when we was growing up, it was a risk no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing it because I want to do it. So you didn't know if you was gonna make this amount of money. You was like, yo, I'm getting my music. I'm gonna say some stuff.
I just want to express myself. I want to express myself.
Nice and this and that. And I think now, because there's so much money involved, it's just an opportunity, like I always say, that people just look at it as a means of getting paid and not really as an art anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that about every artist, but a majority of them, it's not an art to them. It's just, this is how I'm going to get some money off of this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it.
You're right.
And another thing too, like, you know, back in the day, if you were getting involved, you were probably either good at it, or you probably were artistic. And
it was
you wanted
exclusive.
you wanted to express
it was
yourself.
exclusive.
But now, and labels, managers, you know, streaming companies, they can really pick who wants to take, you know, the worst situation, because so many people are trying to get in. So if I'm looking for, let's say, a female who's light skinned and, you know, tall, I got so many people I could choose from. If I want a young Hispanic, so many I could choose from. So now, who's willing to take the worst situation?
And turn it into
And I'm gonna flood the airways with you. I'm gonna flood you with promos, and you got to stop.
But you see, that takes away from it. Like, okay, like the post that I just put up, the Fat Joe joint. The shit is real. Yo, bro, I remember when that video came on, exactly what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the music today. It doesn't give you a sense of memory. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no impact where you'll be like, yo, I was thinking about this when this came on. You know, it's just that. It's like,
you don't think that's really because, like, you know, when you're older, like 35 and 40, you don't even remember those 5 years. You know what I mean? 40 to 45 is like 2 or 3 big moments. But as a kid, you remember, you know, 10 years old, 12 years old, 14, first time in school, first time you met a chick. So those things kind of associate with your life. That's a soundtrack. But I can't tell you what was popping 5 years ago.
I just think that, I think because it's so much music and so many artists, you can't keep track of anything. You can't keep track because every week there's a new artist. You know what I'm saying?
Every single week.
It's like there's more artists now than different color schemes for Air Force Ones. And remember, Air Force Ones was we was trying to keep up with those.
They used to be basic.
They always got to stay fresh, though. They got to stay. We got to be brand new to Air Force.
Now.
And everybody is the same. So there's all new artists, and everybody is the same.
Yeah,
that's one thing too.
Content.
And you know, sometimes I see artists and I'm like, oh, they from New York? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you did that the other day when you asked me. Was like,
I know.
I didn't know like the 6ix9ine dude.
Yeah,
I didn't know he's from New York.
Oh, he's been in discussion in the house the past few weeks.
Yeah. I can imagine. So here's another great question too, right? As a parent now, who grew up in hip hop, how do you regulate, you know, some of the content that you know is reckless? Because there's some songs that I hear now that I was reciting when I was a kid, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know they were saying that, and they were saying some reckless stuff.
Reckless.
But reckless. So how do you monitor that now as a parent? This is hip hop advice right now.
No,
Hip hop advice.
That's a great question because I like my son listens to and my nephew. They put me on to a lot of new artists and a lot of these new sounds that come on. And the only time really that I really look at myself when they I don't, first of all, I used to feel like I would want to censor what they listen to. But I never want to deprive my kids from the reality. You gotta understand that you can sit down and watch TV, and whatever's going on TV with the violence and everything's been promoted, they watching it. So if it's okay, if you could let them watch it on TV and then just say what they hearing is bad because it's hip hop and it's rap. I don't want to censor it, but I let them know this is an artist that is just maybe 50% of it is true, the other half is not, and what you see doesn't necessarily mean that person did everything he said. There's nothing wrong with grasping with what you feel he said that you resonate with, but just understand that he's not doing everything he's saying. He might be telling somebody else's story.
He's not doing that right
because at the end of the day, if my son came home and I said, I don't want you listening to rap music, just whatever music in general, when you go home and you go to school, what we learned, everything was from school. So I can't, when he go to school, he's going to listen. That's the thing that's in
Somebody's
style.
going to play it on
Somebody's
the Walkman.
going to play it or whatever.
He's going to hear something.
So I just want him to understand that. Yeah, he's just telling a
back
story.
My thing is what today is like when we was growing up with hip hop, it was something new. You know what I'm saying? It was a new expression. It was a new outlet, and getting on TV was a big thing. Getting your video play was a big thing, and I think really at that time, people was really just trying to show where they're from and what it's like. And I think today it's like there's no progress because you've had this much time. You got this technology. You got this, and it's like you want to mimic stuff from back then, but you're not showing no growth, and that's what I get upset about. Because people.
You talking about from the artist?
For the artist, okay, there's violence. Yeah, we know that, but it's like we know it's violence, my man. Like, how many times you gonna say that you're a gangbanger? Like, we know.
Or on a block,
you know what I'm saying?
chilling.
But the thing is that like.
But what if that's my truth at my age?
No, but that's why what I'm getting to right now is that like you're a gangbanger. Okay, cool, but you can't promote it and glorify it so high on this screen and these outlets, and then something happened. You're like, yo, nah, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that.
Yes.
So it's like, come on. And back then when we was coming up, you would do certain things. You fronting, you getting called out about it. Nowadays, you don't get called out about nothing. Everything is a pass. Everything's a pass. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, Eli. It's okay. It's cool. And when you do that, you're not like there is no consequence now.
Yeah,
it's a repeat process now.
I get that. I can respect that.
I don't agree with you. I think people, like a lot of these artists, they don't be true to themselves. I have a saying, and they do get a pass. It's a saying I say, you are who you are. Stay true to yourself. You can't change Cedric G to the Mark McGuire. Some people hit it out the ballpark. Some hit base hits. But people, when you go to the plate, the crowd will respect you for being who you are instead of for who you not. And I think now is just money and other things, so they do get a pass on whatever, and I think it's more about an image. It's just selling the image. You can have a certain image, and you could write my rhymes, and you do my videos, and you create and so forth, and say the word. We're gonna make money. You just have to act out. Here's the script. He wrote it, but I want you to act because you have the image and he don't. And we make money. So now, am I, when I walk the street, what y'all see to perceive me to be because of what I'm singing? But I'm not really like that though, and they don't get exposed no more for it. It's
that's real talk. And I would look at it like this, like, if you were in your 20s,
I am
18. If you shout out to Sal, what up? If you were in your 20s, early 20s, 18, and they came to you like, yo, play the script out, act like you wilding out, like you set tripping, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna make M's by about 25, 30. And then you could be
Yeah,
the scientist that you are in real life,
You gonna
or
do
the
it.
painter that you
Yeah.
really want to be. You know, we all to a man would have took that, especially
Yeah.
with the conditions that some of these people are coming from, the projects, the down south. You know, they'd have been like, I'm on this. So I think that's the allure is always gonna perpetuate that, because people are starving.
But then I think
Yeah.
that like you're putting yourself out there. So somebody made a comment this week and they said, I'm taking this stuff personal. And I'm like, you're in the public eye. Like, why are you taking comments personal? You're on TV all the time. So when people say, I don't want them in my public life or my personal life, I'm like, well, I don't really see you having much of an option if you have portrayed yourself to be that way. Then there's people I don't know anything about. But then there's other people, it's like, you can't have your family out there, what you do every day,
no.
and then somebody make a comment and you say, I don't want people in my business.
That's a wrap.
It is your business.
Social media age,
And
you might as well just get over
Yeah.
it.
And with all of that though, like there is no character.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like there is no character. You're not building no character. Like don't get it twisted. This, you know, we had we had suckers coming up. You know, this and that,
Yeah.
What they call, but they was called that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you
Let's be blunt.
you had no problem calling somebody out, and
Yes.
they had to take that because they knew that
Yeah.
that's not me, and I gotta take that. And you couldn't you wasn't allowed to like move a certain type of way and do certain type of things because that's not you, and everybody
Exactly.
knew. And it's like even with social media, and like social media exposes, like it's on you.
Yeah.
And it's like they have no problem exposing themselves for I'm not there, you know, I'm weak, and they have no problem. So that's what I'm saying. Like there's no discipline. There's no discipline. There's no structure no more. And what happens now is you leave this art form straight open for like abuse and takeover. Because they're like, oh well, they don't care. You just give them 200,000. They're gonna do whatever.
Yeah,
you know, they're
whatever
gonna do
they-
whatever.
Yeah, do whatever. Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And
But we do have to highlight though, you know, because that's a real point. But we do got to highlight a lot of the people and groups that are going hard and doing their thing. Like, you know, you got Eric Sherman, that post that you
That
sent
made that
me,
comment.
where he's like,
Yeah.
yo, you know, I'm putting people
You're
on.
legend.
I'm not worrying about radio play. But if you want to work with somebody who has a track record, let's get involved. You know what I mean? You got a lot of artists that are still touring, still getting a lot of love when they old school 80s, 70s, 90s getting
Yeah, yeah.
love. And you got a lot of independent labels like, you know, the Dex Diamonds and stuff that are looking to put people on independently. So we got to stress those because, yo, Lee,
Definitely.
it always killed me to stop worrying about that, what they doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stop trying to get on that show or that radio or that label. Like, just do you.
Create your own.
You know what I mean? If you
create your
dope,
own
if you
lane.
dope, you dope.
Shit, create your own lane.
There's no way around it. If you dope, you
Shit,
dope. You may not
yeah,
get
yeah.
the M's or the millions, but you dope. That's your
but
legacy.
To me, like for any upcoming artist, and there's a few of them that I know personally, and the greatest thing that I admire about them is their ambition.
Yeah.
And regardless that they ain't signing nobody, and they take advantage of the way we go about music now with the internet and everything, but their ambition and their creativity to expose themselves and not to give up, and even at 40 or 35 or what the case may
It's
be,
even realer.
their ambition
Yeah.
and just to touch base with you guys, like what I call Doug and you, just to see the passion that you guys have for just this radio, and for me as you know in the same hood, to see it, like I told you earlier, to see your passion come to life. For others, you know, they might just see it as a regular radio show. For me, knowing you guys personally, I look back and I said, wow, you know, these guys have a passion, and knowing you guys are real tight, and to see it come to life, it was like, wow. And you know, and I was like, yo, Doug, I really you know, appreciate and you know what you guys are doing, and congratulated y'all, you know.
Yeah, that was deep,
so
man.
it was cool, you know.
And you
No,
know,
yeah.
and I always tell people it's not how many, it's who.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When
Yeah,
you get a certain accolade from certain people, it's like, I'm on the right track. It may not be 500,000 followers,
That don't care.
but Lee is 500,000 people by himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's one click.
With a 2-year verse.
Yeah, with the 2-year
The
verse.
2-year verse.
I'll do
That
it
one-
again later. Y'all want to hear that?
You know what I'm saying? That one double tap. All right, so as we do, we got a little trivia for you.
Sure.
All right,
All right.
we're gonna end it with a nice little trivia.
Cool.
Oh, we back to trivia now.
Yeah,
Okay.
only because it's
I
not a
was
blessing.
thinking-
We got
I
a
was
lesson.
But
All
you
right.
know what? I think we need to incorporate trivia back into
Okay.
it because
Okay.
that was our trademark.
Okay. So, and as we know, Lee, we know you're
Yeah.
coming back. This is not going to be the last time. We'll see
Definitely, you
again.
guys. Anytime
So-
I would love to come back. Yeah.
So first,
Every time he comes back, he's gonna drop that verse.
Yeah.
a bar or two.
Yeah. We gotta get
Sound
the
effect.
beat.
real quick.
Yeah, I spit
So-
something real quick.
So here's the first question. First
Yeah.
question, right? That was our jingle, right?
Okay.
Sound good with the trivia jingle. So first question: what 3 Bronx DJs, since you spoke about DJs,
Yeah.
are mentioned in the Biggie song "Juicy"? It's all good.
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
I know one of them too, and I forgot. He laughing
like
back
lying.
there. Now he laughing
And
back there
Biggie's-
because we was in
It's all good. What
we
3
was at
DJs?
Casa Fuego and one of them was there and,
Okay.
he was playing and he's like, you know who's that? And I'm like, nah, I think he said Busy B.
Busy
Right?
B.
Was it?
No, it was.
Either
Busy.
way, it was close.
It might
I'm
have been
sorry.
Brucey B.
Brucey B. There we go. I was
That-
close. So
that's one.
Give me
No,
one.
That's one.
Hip-hop rap
Give me one.
DJ.
That's one. Brucey
All
B.
right.
You need 2 more.
And I just know when to quit. So I
Hey,
don't know the other two.
did you know the other 2?
Oh wait, hold on.
All right,
Oh,
Kid Capri's
Kid
2.
Capri.
Ron G's from Harlem. There's one more.
Waterbed.
Wait,
One
hold
more.
up. What's
You got
DJ?
Kid Capri.
Yeah, you just
You got
mentioned
Brucey B.
Mr. C.
Kid Capri. Mr. C. No, he wasn't mentioning
No.
that.
I don't know.
I know you got one. This for the trivia, man.
But you can't ask the questions you know the answers to.
That's why I got the question. How do we know we got it right? He's like, I want you to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't.
You know who it
yeah.
is? Oh no, he didn't mention.
No.
that. He didn't mention. that. You know who it is?
Juicy, right? No,
Don't
Juicy is the song.
I don't know.
No,
DJ
no,
named
Juicy is the song.
Yeah, Juicy is the song.
He said DJ Juicy.
I'm gonna go through it. Peace to. Who's the first name he said?
Kid Capri?
No,
Peace.
no. Keep going. There you go.
Wow.
Funk Flex.
Funk Flex.
Yeah, you gotta do me a favor. You know?
Nah,
we gotta get him in here next time.
I was thinking, I'm like,
Yeah.
was Flex mentioned at that time? Because
Yeah,
I know
he
Flex
was.
was part of the
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
But I'm like, was he mentioned?
So
at
there's a
that
lot
time?
of Bronx DJs in that.
Yeah.
Peace to Ron G.
Yeah, all day.
Brucey B, Kid Capri, Brucey B, Kid Capri, Funk Flex. I think Love Bug and Star Ski. I think they're from the Bronx
Yeah.
as well.
Cool.
Love Bug and Star Ski. DJ Love Bug and Star Ski. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
Chill.
that's a whole nother show. So
Chill.
next question. I'm gonna say a verse. You gotta finish it.
Oh wow.
Okay.
wow, okay.
All right.
You tap into it.
I'm gonna try.
Right. Sometimes I rhyme slow. Sometimes I rhyme quick.
Wow. I don't know how I know that. I know it, but it's just.
Wait, say it again.
Sometimes. Oh, nigga, Ace is like this is
Hey, yeah.
embarrassing.
He you
Ace,
know.
finish it for him. Sometimes I rhyme slow. Sometimes I rhyme quick.
Nice and smooth. Yeah,
finish
yeah.
it. Finish the verse. Okay, that's what.
All right, okay, I like. Yeah, we
That's
definitely
Dwick,
got to
right?
get him in here. I tell you.
I mean,
that
that's
was
hip-hop.
Dwick. That was
No,
Dwick,
that wasn't
right?
Dwick. That was sometimes I rhyme slow.
No,
Sometimes I rhyme quick.
No, that was the song. Oh shit, I thought that was Dwick.
That was the
So
song.
he got Mr. Juicy, DJ Juicy.
DJ Juicy. Yeah, so,
No, I didn't say DJ Juicy. I said it's the song Juicy.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
oh my god, yeah, too much. All right, here's the next question.
Yeah.
Rappers out of the Bronx with 2 names. 3 rappers out of the Bronx.
Fat
with 2
Joe?
names. 1.
Fat Joe. And hello.
Damn, he's my
The
favorite
female.
rapper though. I like. I'm gonna go out the way and say Gangstar.
No, you're not from the
No,
Bronx.
not from the Bronx.
From
But
Brooklyn.
he's one of my favorites. I never
cool.
know.
Who's Fat Joe's
2 name rappers.
female?
Oh, Big Pun.
Big bang. Big
Oh
pun.
wow, I could have
That's
got
2.
that. Yo,
Big-
Gui, you ain't get that though.
Big
Yeah.
pun.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually gave him a clue. One of them is relevant right now. He's probably unforgettable.
She?
Oh, okay.
Cedric got the clue?
French Montana.
Cedric, you got the clue? You hear the clue?
French Montana.
You talking French Montana?
French Montana, there you go. Then clap it up. Okay, you did your thing.
Yeah.
You should have did all class.
You could have had Remy Ma.
You should have
Yeah,
did.
You could have said.
Nah, you should have did all
Okay,
class.
You could have said Remy Ma,
old
A
school.
Boogie. But
I thought
don't
he
know
was
if
gonna-
with the
I thought
hoodie.
he was gonna do
I thought
stuff.
the would say
Yeah.
A Boogie.
Yeah.
With the hoodie.
That's what
Yeah,
some
yeah,
You should
people.
have did. You
yeah,
should have
yeah.
Diamond D.
I thought he was gonna say stuff like Diamond D.
That's who I was thinking. I was
King
thinking
Son.
Diamond D.
Yeah, all right.
Smooth B,
Yeah.
Greg Nice.
Oh,
You know what I mean? I thought you was
Remy
gonna go
Ma.
there.
Showbiz.
Yeah.
Showbiz, you know what I mean? But
I
it's
got
all
caught off
up.
guard, though.
It's all up. Yo, Lee, thanks for coming down,
Yes,
man.
my
We
pleasure,
appreciate you, man.
No, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Tim
We're gonna get
Dog.
Age in here. We're gonna get
Compton.
And let's
gotta
do it.
get
So
him in.
we're about to do some promos, some videos, some pictures real
Yeah.
quick right by the sign. Last Lap Fridays. Get that involved.
We
Last
out
Lap
that.
Fridays, our sponsor. That's tomorrow. We're gonna tell you who won the 2 tickets. Leave. If you ain't doing it tomorrow, we'll let you know who won those 2 tickets for tomorrow. We out.
Peace.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
Boy got expensive taste. Your boy got expensive taste. I like it, I buy it. See it, I like it, I buy it. I like it, I buy it. I like it, I buy it. See it, like it, buy it. I like it, I buy it. Cruising down through Fifth Ave, gotta stop at Saks Fifth. First I bag the employee, I tell her what I want, then tell her bag this. All that on a mannequin, and again, I don't really care what I gotta spend. Hopping out the dressing room, looking fly as fuck, talking about this shit at 10. Kings rebel or leads with ambition, ain't on that playboy, you missing. People ask me what I got on, I tell them how much it costs, they be like, damn, you tripping. I'm a shopaholic, and I'm tryna stop hard. But when I pass that window display, man, it's back to pulling out my car, cause I like it, I buy it. See it, I like it, I buy it. I like it, I buy it. I'm up in the store copping with the mannequin wearing, yeah. I like it, I buy it. See it, I like it, I buy it. I like it, I buy it. I'm up in the mall rocking with the mannequin wearing, yeah. I like it, I buy it. See it, like it, buy it. Tryna steal my style, little nigga, don't try, man, this shit right here got me starting up a ride, yeah. I like it, I buy it. See it, I like it, I buy it. I like it, I buy it. How much of the shoes in the glass case? That's cool, wrap them up. I ain't on that girl shit, I be in and out, fast as fuck. Cause I see it, I like it, I buy it. With girls, I see it, I like it, I buy it. With money, I see it, I get it, I save it, I spend it, I re-up from my knee up. Niggas mad cause they really wanna be us. Too busy holding on these teacups. And your boy just got racks on top, racks on stashed in a Visa. From a zip car, now I'm sitting in a Benzo. Me and my friends, yo, no need to tint the windows. Want everybody to see us when we bump to the temple. Cause I like it, I buy it. See it, I like it, I buy it. I like it, I buy it. I'm up in the store copping with the mannequin wearing, yeah. I like it, I buy it. See it, I like it, I buy it. I like it, I buy it. I'm up in the mall rocking with the mannequin wearing, yeah. I like it, I buy it. See it, like it, buy it. Tryna steal my style, little nigga, don't try, man, this shit right here got me starting up a ride, yeah. I like it, I buy it. See it, I like it, I buy it. I like it, I buy it.
I wear my heart on my sleeve and still you niggas slacking. Swag show, no compassion, I guess in fashion, but filled with passion. I'm looking dashing, so quit the asking. Drip the glitter, girl, you shopping with the best. Pick you out of dress, they be switching up your breast. These are hypotheticals, an educated guess. Fresh, haven't hit it blessed, so you never get the press. Yes, tell me about the sex, better name, now we waiting, I'ma need an explanation. She can text my phone, she get bone in the dressing room. Double left alone, giving dome like a stadium. Baby, I'm all in my zone, like a way at home. Till she left alone, I'm gone in the early morn. See the pearly dawn, same color that the girl got on. All white, but you know that she a freaking thong. Looking for a thong, but she ain't really put it on.
I like it, I buy it. See it, I like it, I buy it. I like it, I buy it. I'm up in the store copping with the mannequin wearing, yeah. I like it, I buy it. See it, I like it, I buy it. I like it, I buy it. I'm up in the mall rocking with the mannequin wearing, yeah. I like it, I buy it. See it, like it, buy it. Tryna steal my style, little nigga, don't try, man, this shit right here got me starting up a ride, yeah. I like it, I buy it. See it, I like it, I buy it. I like it, I buy it. Hold on. Where you going real quick? You see that right there? Let me get that in medium. Let me get that over there in red. You got these in
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. Shh, quiet on the set. Quiet on the set, my man.
Age Lee, see you. HHPOV, we back.
Back in the building.
Heroes headquarters. We got Sal on the flash. Is that your good side, Sad?
What
Is
is
that your good side?
Like shots by.
Was it shots by goods or good shots? Good shots. Good. Okay.
Look up my live.
There you go. Yeah,
Stand and
you can take that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Sad, what's going on, man?
Nothing much.
Thanks for coming. You know, a lot of our guests, they don't reschedule, right? They just do us dirty, don't come back. But we appreciate you, you know, coming back, holding us down.
No problem.
So, Seth, what are you into? What do you do?
Well,
how do you support yourself in life? that is the question.
I'm a freelance dancer, singer, actor, and I'm also a teaching artist for Ailey Arts and Education programs.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you look relatively young.
I do. Thanks.
Yeah. So how did you ascend so quickly in Ailey? I know it's a storied tradition of dances. So how'd you get in there?
Well, I trained with them when I was young. From there, I worked for one of their programs called Ailey Camp, which is a summer camp for kids ages 11 to 14. All through college, that was how, that was my summer job, so I can come back and buy books and pay rent and stuff like that in college. And then from there, I kept in contact with the national camp director. Her name's Nasha Thomas. And she told me, if you ever need a job when you come to New York, hit me up. And I did. And I did Ailey Camp Newark for 2 years. Yep. And then I moved to Arts and Education, and now I teach all over the borough.
So when you did the training when you were younger, how young were you?
Oh, wow. I think I was 15 when I first
15.
Yeah, trained at Ailey.
Now, were you like dancing freelance or dancing in your neighborhood? And they were like, you need to go somewhere formal, or you were just, looking for an opportunity, and that was the one that picked you?
I went to high school also for dance in Boston. Shout out to Boston, home of the New England Patriots.
Team Patriots.
I went to Boston Arts Academy where I had my formal training, and that's where I learned, about Mr. Ailey and his legacy and things like that. And the teachers wanted to push us. So they're like, you should audition for this and this and this. And I auditioned for Ailey for the summer, and I got in, and I went.
Wow.
And the rest is history.
Congratulations.
So
Thanks.
what is like?
You can't hear my clapping.
So you got in. So you got in just like that. Is it? How was the process?
You audition, and it's a rigorous process. Like you take a ballet
Are you trying
class.
to find out because you're interested?
I'm asking because people want to know.
No,
That's the thing.
I know you have a dance bone in your
You
life.
take a ballet class. From there, they'll make a cut. Then after that, they'll do modern, and then from there, they'll make a cut. After that, they give you information on the different programs and how much they cost. They cost a lot of money. So the next step is to audition for a scholarship. The scholarship audition is you in a room full of all men. For me, it was all men, and the girls go by themselves, so it's all girls. All men, and you basically do ballet again, and you move on to modern, and then from there they let you know yes or no.
Wow, that's a training camp right there.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
it was very intense.
Very intense.
So one of the I would say stigmas of dance and dance teachers, because you're a dance teacher now,
Yep.
they are ruthless. They will cut a dancer's throat and let him bleed out right there. Like, you are worthless. So
You are done. The day before the show. They will cut you the day before the day of the show.
the day
Yep.
on set, if you mess up during the show, like I've seen, I've seen in some school atmospheres, the dance teachers, they are just roasting, you know, who they're training, whether some of them have high confidence, some of them have low confidence. It's just destroying them. Can you speak to that?
I can attest to that. I mean,
You like that, Cedric?
Sometimes I can be. It depends on who I'm teaching and what I'm teaching. If I'm teaching little kids that are like in the 3rd grade, of course I'm not going to be like, what are you doing? You know, screaming at them. They'll run home and tell their parents, you know. But I do teach high schoolers as well. Shout out to Gramercy Arts High School on the Lower East Side. I teach high school, and with them, I can be a little bit more candid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And now,
See, I was going to say, you know, I worked at, before Newark, the Staten Island camp. And then when I moved to Newark, that's how we met. And my favorite class was a jazz class because of his personality. Like you said, he was very intense. And we basically, as, you know, the group leaders, we had to take the class as well and help along with the other kids. And I was like, I'm learning as much as the kids are. And he was teaching us about, you know, jazz, but also about building confidence and self-esteem, and those were the type of the things that the kids needed in Newark. So it's like, if we are soft on them, and some of them wanted to be professional dancers, so if he was soft on them, then what are they going to get in real life? They probably going to feel gypped like, oh, I did Ailey camp, and they were all soft, and now I'm trying to go for a Broadway show, and I'm getting rejected.
Right. And you see Cedric, you know, so calm and quiet, polite, right? But then, you know, you go into the dance class, you got the war paint on.
Yeah.
Don't even look at me. Dance,
I definitely have a different personality in the dance studio.
Okay. Now, and here's one other question I have. Like, a lot of the young females, right? From a classical, formal, you know, standpoint, there's that formal training. But they really love the hip hop portion of the dance. And as a show, as a hip hop point of view show, is there really a need to really go back into those other trainings? Can we just start at hip hop?
Well, I think hip hop is great. I come from hip hop. That's what I first did when I first started dancing. But those other genres of dance definitely help with hip hop, especially ballet. Like, ballet training will clean up your hip hop moves, make them more precise, make you able to stay on your toes and switch your feet when you need to. It's definitely necessary, and I think very, very important for people to have other training besides hip hop.
So how many or how long do you get into, like I say, so if I come to you and I'm like, look, Seth, I want to get into hip hop, I want to be the baddest thing dancing in New York. Right?
Okay.
I got a partner. His name is Bravo. I'm going to pick him up and throw him around. So the idea is I want to get to the hip hop.
Okay.
Right? How long will you give me the classical training before I start getting into hip hop?
I give you everything right then and there. I don't think you need a time frame to do, okay, let's do ballet first and then hip hop 3 months later. You can do it all at once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's dope.
That's interesting.
But that's something where they learn that Ailey camp is like all the techniques, even though you're taking them for 6 weeks, but it's modern, it's jazz, and you go from jazz to modern to tap to ballet all in one day, like from 8 to however long the camp was. I just remember all of these classes in one day, and I used to think the same way, like, how come you can't just take ballet for 3 months, master it, then go to jazz and then master it? But it's so intertwined that if it helps you in every different technique.
Absolutely.
I want to ask real quick though, because
about a move?
we're getting into the
About a
techniques.
move?
We're getting into the techniques of things and all that.
You can ask what particular
And
move.
like,
Bravo.
do you need? Okay, you were saying like to do hip hop, you know, you would take this course and do this and that. I mean, I know some hip hop dancers or seen some hip hop dancers that you be like you don't need nothing because this is hip hop and it's supposed to be raw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like that. And, you know, there's a lot of moves that we used to do coming up that people don't do no more. Like, it doesn't exist, you know what I'm saying? But
or acrobatic in nature,
like,
right?
yeah,
like gymnastic in nature.
Flipping.
Hip hop.
Yeah. They have classes where you can take things like that to learn that if you don't know it, or I think raw talent is great, but if you want to preserve your body and have a long-lasting dance career, you need to take some technique. For real, for real.
So basically, you're getting the training and the technique for longevity.
Absolutely.
And
Has there ever been a mix of ballet and hip hop together?
Yeah, I do it all the time.
All the time. All the time.
I would like to see.
Yeah.
No, but
I've been hearing that Alien has made that transition where there's a little bit more modern components being put into their
what
shows.
I would really like to see, and this is bringing in the aspect of hip hop, is
I want to see a suicide.
They can't do
during
that. I'll do a suicide right now. I can still do a suicide. I can do a suicide. But the thing is that I would love to see somebody with the techniques that you have battle a straight up hip hop dancer.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Someone with a ballet background and no ballet.
Yeah, exactly. And then have
so you can see
before you make jokes.
So you're trying to make a battle right now?
No, I'm just saying, but that's hip hop though, because hip hop has always been about competition and battle.
Okay, so we're on live right now, right? Sed is up, Shantae's up. You want to battle Sed because you're raw, right?
I don't dance no more, my man. I don't dance no more. But I'm trying to say though, like you have
loosening up.
you have
like,
all
well,
these,
you know,
you have
that's what
these
he wants
shows,
to do.
Dancing with the Stars and things like that. You
Yeah.
get somebody that's trained against raw talent.
Yeah.
Also, you think you can dance? That show. It's like a lot of people don't take technique classes, but there's some winners who have made it because of their personality
Yep.
So
And their raw talent.
and their raw talent.
So when you came aboard, were you raw talent that you?
No, I was terrible.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I started from scratch, literally.
So never no dancing before.
I mean, I would watch videos in my living room of like Janet Jackson and Michael Jackson and try to learn the moves. But other than that, no, I was terrible. I couldn't even touch my toes. It was bad.
So what made you make that jump?
To dance?
Yeah.
It kind of found me, I always say. When I auditioned for my high school, I was supposed to go and audition for the vocal department. Shout out to Boston Arts Academy. I went and auditioned for vocal. Great. Here I am being all nosy. I moseyed my way right into a dance studio, stood behind one of my best friends. Her name's Daya. Hey, Daya, if you're listening. I stood behind her and mimicked everything she did, and I got into the dance program, and I picked dance.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
And I was terrible.
When you auditioned, or
Yeah, when I
okay.
auditioned, when I first started ballet, even first starting hip hop, I was terrible.
See, I like that.
But I think those are the best, and those are actually the ones who can become teachers now, because when you're terrible, you respect the process.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
You're
just-
humbled.
Yeah. Somebody like Sal, one of the worst dancers, right? Our photographer right there. One of the worst that probably can ever
that's why
even walk
they say
into
he
a
think
dance
he hurt
studio.
his back.
Yeah. Something like that. Like you will respect the process. You will respect every piece of what you learn, and then you can impart that wisdom. So now, here's some questions for you. It's not a trivia, but it's kind of like it. Right?
Oh, okay.
Okay. What song for you, hip hop song, puts you in mode? Like you start turning up. Do you have a classic Halo song? Like if I hear that,
Oh, I think
I'm going into
think I
mode.
know.
It's new school actually, and it's a Nicki Minaj song. I don't want to swear on the radio.
Oh,
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, do your thing.
It's called Boss Ass Bitch. Have you ever heard that
Oh,
song?
yeah, absolutely.
Boss ass
That
bitch,
yes,
bitch. Okay.
and the way she spits and that makes anyone want to turn up.
So
for
you
real.
get busy now. Okay. Prior to that, did you have like a go-to song? Like if somebody was like, "Said, well, you teaching us and you killing us here. Let me see what you
Are
got.
you-
Let me see something. What are you gonna?
But
be like?
are you
put
ac-
that on?
but
What
are
you
you
gonna say? Y'all want to
asking-
see something in this class? Put that on.
Are you asking in this terrible stage or after he became a professional?
Because now different songs touch you, but I'm pretty sure like there was a song that you kind of built your confidence to that maybe was your go-to. Was it? Did you have that?
I never had one specific song.
Okay.
Especially growing up, I had my own hip hop group, so I always was influenced by different artists and music. But I can tell you different artists that I did choreograph to back then, and
Okay.
it made me, it inspired me.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z, definitely for sure. Biggie, Little Kim, all of those old school artists, Remy Ma, I grew up on, and that's what I choreographed to.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because I know for a fact, like there's certain songs that I hear now that you couldn't keep me off the dance floor. If I
Really?
yeah.
Or if you
know
throwing some
I know a
Beyonce, it's
couple
a
of
rap.
joints that's
If you throwing
Like-
some Beyonce, it's
like Warm It Up Kane. Oh my God.
Warm It Up Kane is
That is
is
like
one of
the
my favorites.
dopest.
I like the old school joint with the where they go, you know, when they stop and then
What
they
you doing?
the freeze, you know how they freeze and stop.
what was
What's
that?
that?
I don't know.
What technique?
I don't know what hip hop song is. I gotta look it up. When it's like when it, you know they like they do the
Oh,
the
I
old
know
school
what you're
joint.
talking
You know what I'm
about.
talking about? Where they put their
The
hands
Will
in
Smith?
it. No, they put their hands in the air. They do this. and
Missy
then-
remade it,
Yeah.
rerun this, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
bam,
yeah.
bam,
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, yes, I do Tonto. I don't know what that's called, but
I don't know what that's
if you know,
called,
yeah, yeah, you know what I'm talking
He was
about.
like,
Yeah, not
Oh,
the
that's
Will
your man-
Smith.
that's
not
your
the
man-
Will Smith.
Oh, not the Carlton joint
Yeah.
where they
Carlton?
did that.
Tonto, keep on it,
Yeah.
jump on it,
Jump on it. Is that what it's called?
Bear,
Bang,
bear.
bang, bang. That's my.
Yeah.
I just know Carlton gets busy on that one. Him and Will, they get busy on that one right there. Man.
So you said you were in some hip hop groups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, tell me, I'm sorry, you were in one of these groups. Was Shantae in one of these groups?
No.
Oh, okay.
You was a rapper
No.
in the group. You was a dancer in the group, or just
I had
part
my
of the
own
group.
hip hop group, and I was a part of a group, and I was a part of a singing group too, as well, when I was growing
wow.
up.
All right, name of the hip hop group that you were part of. That was
Um,
yours. What was yours? What was the name? What is your name?
Well, I was a part of the group Infamous Flow
Infamous Flow. I like that
before
name.
it became mine,
Mhm.
and then I moved on and joined a dance company called Nia Dance Troupe in Boston, and we competed like all over Boston and New York City in various hip hop dance competitions.
Yeah, those dance competitions are intense.
serious.
My stage name,
Or your dancing name?
Infamous Prince,
Infamous
was.
Prince.
Now I don't have a stage name.
Mine
It's
was.
Jador.
he just like
That's
Prince.
all.
It's a symbol now.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have no name. It's just a symbol.
We used to have. We used to have
Federico, that's my Hispanic name, actually.
for the reggaeton. Was that
That's
So-
my Spanish name.
That's hilarious. We used to have a dance group in my building. My name, you know, I was the lead dancer.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure you're not shocked. By the way,
Come
I'm
on,
on
lead.
Slims. Slims, everything okay over there? Is there something funny? Slims laughing? We're about to battle Slims. So my name was Fire Feet.
Oh.
Fire Feet. Fire Feet was my name.
Who was in this group? I was in that building.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, yo, was this before I met him? I'm looking like, yo, this got to be before I met him.
Fire feet.
Oh man, look at his face. Oh man.
Fire feet.
Yeah, it was my family.
Fire feet.
It was
That's
my,
funny.
it was my family's. I like to keep it home, Cedric.
That was
so-
your
Did they
first
call you fire
performance?
feet because your feet stank or because you could dance?
It's 'cause the way I cut the rug was almost a fire.
Oh.
Yeah, fire feet.
Was your first performance for your family?
Huh?
Was your first performance for your family?
With my family.
With your okay.
Yeah. So
Wow, that's
we,
intense.
We toured. We toured.
toured?
We toured the building.
We toured
the fifth floor.
We toured our floor.
Yeah, you toured until your grandmother came up like, cut that noise out.
He said we toured the fifth floor.
We toured the neighborhood. We toured the neighborhood. So
man, that's
when
intense.
when did this group end? Was it a tragic end? was it,
That's what he decided. I'm going solo.
No, after I graduated high school, really couldn't continue on with Infamous Flow, so we ended it. But Nia Dance Troupe is still going on strong. I'm not in charge of that, obviously, but yeah, it's still going on strong, and there's like a new generation of kids who are now in Nia Dance Troupe in Boston. Shout out to Nia Dance
That's,
Troupe.
that's dope.
that's
So
super
I have a
dope.
question. How did you, I've seen you for Thanksgiving parades in Boston. How
Oh,
did that
gosh.
come up? I love it. I think that is some of the highest levels, dancing in a parade, especially on Thanksgiving. How did that come about?
Auditions and networking yourself here in New York City, and in other states. I've gotten opportunities based on my social media platform.
Wow.
If you really showcase yourself and what you do and in an appropriate manner, people will reach out to you and request you for things all the time. Just like the parade, they request me to come back every year. Based on my work ethic and my personality and my performance quality.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you do solos when they request you, or you're with a team?
No, that's more of a group effort. I haven't done a solo in a long time. I think I'll retire from solos.
Oh, wow.
Unless it's on like Broadway or something like that.
Then okay. That makes sense. That'd be fair to come out. So we're gonna ask you some dance questions.
Okay.
Okay. The dances that are out now, do you keep up with them?
I don't.
No.
I do not.
No. So if I told you to do the rolly, you wouldn't know what that
I
is.
don't know what that is.
Okay. Do you know how to Millie rock?
I think I know that one.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
that one.
Okay.
All my kids do it.
Okay. All right. And
the whip and the nay-nay. Of
Okay,
course,
so-
I know that stuff.
Oh, you're in it. You're in it. Okay. Because it's like you feel like sometimes you got to keep up with the dances that are going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just to stay in the know. Now, was there a dance back in the day, a hip hop dance? Did you have a favorite hip hop dance back in the day?
Ooh, back in the day?
No.
I'll give away my age if I say something like that.
Yeah.
You look to me like a Roger Rabbit type.
What do you mean?
The Roger Rabbit. You remember the Roger Rabbit?
I don't remember that
I
dance.
don't know that. What?
That's the Roger Rabbit.
But time out, they might have had different names because they're from Boston, so they might have had different names
Oh, okay.
for the
All right.
dances than we did down here.
Okay. You familiar with the WAP?
The WAP, yep.
The
Aunt Jackie.
Don't Jackie. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's throwback.
You familiar with the
That is a throwback, huh?
The chicken noodle soup.
Chicken noodle soup.
Okay.
Okay, all right,
So
all right.
what? What's
Make it
Superman?
rain.
Yeah.
Superman.
Superman.
Electric Boogie? You familiar with the Electric Boogaloo?
He's not that old.
Windmill.
He said, I'm giving him my age. He's not that old.
Windmill.
I don't know that either.
Backspin.
No,
Running
that's all-
Man.
Turtle.
Running Man.
Are these breakdance moves?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Absolutely. He's like, I'm running them off. He's like,
That's
no.
hip-hop.
No.
We call it like, you call it the windmill. We call it like coffee grinder now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
somebody
called
need to
coffee
get
grinder.
snuff.
A
That
kid
one.
schooled me in the 3rd grade 2 weeks ago. I'm like, do you guys know how to do that thing where, you kick your leg out? And he's like, oh, a coffee grinder? I'm like, yeah, that.
Wow. No creativity.
Yeah, we have to start putting
Whatsoever.
posters up.
Yeah.
Yeah, start giving them the name. Yeah,
So, Seth, thanks for taking the time, man. Can we get to any performances or support any of the kids doing things?
Ooh, well, there's nothing really going on right now. We're in preparation for, the spring concerts.
Okay.
So I don't really have anything going on right now.
Okay.
But I'm in the city. I'm auditioning. I take class. You can take hip hop class if you really
I
want
heard
to
that
do
a lot. Yeah.
some hip hop at Broadway Dance Center. I take
It's
class.
not in my body no more. Not in my body no more. Man.
Perry Dance, I take
Okay.
class, and the Ailey School, they offer hip hop classes as well. So
Okay.
I'm still a student, even though I'm a teacher. I take class. I audition a lot. I'm trying to be on Broadway. I'm trying to be in Hamilton. So
I can see it happen.
Yeah,
Speak
that's
it to
my goal.
existence.
I can see it
Yeah.
happen. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we like,
We know him.
talk somebody.
Okay.
Yeah,
Talk to Pat.
Pat.
So,
When he comes on, we'll see what's up.
All right. So, tell them how to get in contact with you.
You can reach me on social media, on Instagram at Cedric.G, and then on Twitter, code_Ced.
Let's do it. Hip hop
Yeah.
point of view, Cedric
You should
G.
have said the Spanish name.
Oh, Cedrico?
He said it with the roll. He said it with the roll. Said thanks for taking the time. Hip hop point of view. We out.
Incredible genius.
I ain't write down a single word to this. I never put a pen to see me when they just can't photo like. Niggas wanna see me look. Niggas wanna see me, they can't photo light, I'm photo fresh. My life is like a photo shoot, but you don't get the picture.
see me rocking all this ice. Activists holding my Sprite, pausing at the light, and yo bitch rolling up a swisher. Call from my bitch, I don't answer but I text back. Say she with her sister shit, I'm trying to send sister at. No Whoopi Goldberg, work out the gold back. I ain't talking condoms, 4G otters on that go like that. She blowing up my 4G, 4 pictures of 40-40s, telling me how she want me and how she gets so wet for me. She know it's on when I see her. I'm cutting up like Shinobi, getting off on the 4th floor as soon as I walk in 4C. Kissing on her neck, she rubbing on my chest. I smack her on that ass and now her hands is in my hands, man. Get her nice and wet, hit her like a vet. Wake up 4 hours later, I be gone switching lanes, man. 4G out of fate, Ferrari is the prototype. 4G out of fate, Ferrari is the prototype. 4G out of fate, Ferrari is the prototype. 4G out of fate, Ferrari is the 4G out of fate, Ferrari is the prototype. 4G out of fate, Ferrari is the prototype. Niggas wanna see me, but they just can't photo like. Niggas wanna see me, look. I got a maiden who's Jamaican, now she smoking Robert Marley. All it take to get her naked, drop the top when it be story. Look, hopping at the Nollies with 3 bitches in Cavalli. If you ratchet, then I'm sorry, ain't no roosters in my Robin. Look, you don't see a Robin, then I'm sorry, I ain't flexing. Just know that the Robin coming till then I be in the Lexus. Fresh up out of Texas, I know all about these Dallas hoes. She say she from Baton Rouge, man, that bitch from Pleasant Grove. But you know how that shit goes. All these bitches want is fame. She using me, I'm using her. All these rappers want is brain. I just want a diamond ring, 100-carat diamond chain, $100 million steak and lobster on my private plane. Jay want a Picasso, all I need is a Da Vinci and a chick like Kerry Washington to give your boy Lewinsky. I don't want much, I just want everything I'm owed, and I feel like the world is mine. Put that on everything I own, bitch. 4G out of fate, Ferrari is the prototype. 4G out of fate, Ferrari is the prototype. 4G out of fate, Ferrari is the prototype. 4G out of fate, Ferrari is the 4G out of fate, Ferrari is the prototype. 4G out of fate, Ferrari is the prototype. Niggas wanna see me, but they just can't photo like. Niggas wanna see me, look, yeah.
Instant wonder, girl.
You wanna ride with, roll it up, get high with. We do this all the time, it really ain't nothing, that's just us vibing. Radio to the max, see laid back, that's just my drive-in. I got a whole lot of time, you gon' hop in. I'm the ones you wanna ride with, roll it up, get high with. We do this all the time, it really ain't nothing, that's just us vibing. Radio to the max, see laid back, that's just my drive-in. I got a whole lot of time, you gon' hop in. She wanna ride with me cause I'm cool. Hit the highway, then I cruise. Seat back, music blasting, that's just how I do. Win more than I lose, so when the most pick, I get chose. She break it down, roll it up, like hit, then we blow. Nothing now, I'ma live in the moment. No hands drop on my knees. I'm fresh, and I'm a flashy nigga. Get the pitch, I'm after that cheese. And I know they gonna let me on the mic too. Ain't no question what I might do. Been a man since high school. Whoever wanna test me, this a crash course. Ahead of my time like fast forward. Bitch, I'm a man, boy. And if you don't believe me, then just watch. Top down while I ride with a bad bitch on my side. Shades on top of my eyes. If I hit the clutch, gas gone. That's just how we ride. Nigga, I'm cruising. Ride with, roll it up, get high with. We do this all the time. It really ain't nothing, that's just us vibing. Radio to the max, see laid back, that's just my drive-in. I got a whole lot of time, you gon' hop in. I'm the ones you wanna ride with, roll it up, get high with. We do this all the time, it really ain't nothing, that's just us vibing. Radio to the max, see laid back, that's just my drive-in. Come on, I got a whole lot of time, yeah, hop in. Well I ain't never gotta tell her hop in. She gon' jump right in, we take a trip. Inhale, exhale, she ask you first, then pass the split.
Listen up when I talk. I'm giving you the realest. I'm giving you my heart. This could take you to the dealership. Cop the whip that you wanna. Don't come back with that Honda. Have a whip game so proud, but they looking up when they talking down. Cause you know
Society don't approve if you don't let it show. But we got nothing to prove, my nigga. In the streets like we got nothing to lose, my nigga. My homies are rolling, pushing the whip like it's stolen. At 4 in the morning, at 4 in the morning. My homies are rolling, pushing the whip like it's stolen. At 4 in the morning, at 4 in the morning. Zoning, at 4 in the morning. Yeah, I'm zoning, at 4 in the morning. My homies are rolling, pushing the whip like it's stolen. At 4 in the morning, at 4 in the morning. My homies are rolling.
I just finished bartending and it's 3 a.m. Heard you out the after party with your girlfriends, I like your girlfriends there, but the life every time I'm in the building, man, there on the white girl rockin' up her. Her favorite song is Chingy right there. She got an X-Man like a scissor, but she stick to the script like a nocturne. I brought some ramen, pineapple to my ting-ting. She said, please keep it quiet, my roommates are sleeping. So I'm quietly creeping under the bed, I'm overachieving. In tango, Shazia, but the data key. I like him when you spit Portuguese to me. Then I got a text from a man saying, where you at? We got a dip. It's 4 a.m.
HHPOV.
Hip Hop Point of View. Shout out to Ced.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, big bro. Bang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're here with Last Word PR. Tamar, how you doing?
I am great. How are you?
Tamar, I want to talk about, the coat you came in with.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Is that a safari?
It's something
Fur
inspired.
coat, Volume 1.
So and I noticed
not real fur.
Not real fur.
No, I don't need like PETA.
And I noticed this other coat
Okay.
you had. This camouflage coat you had in one of your pictures.
The blazer.
Intense. I think was it a blazer?
On Instagram?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a blazer.
That was like it's like a coat. No, it's like a coat blazer, but like more so like a light coat.
That's very well done.
It's good.
Very well-
Thanks.
very well
Yeah.
done. So what's your strategy? Do you come casual to meetings? Do you come super professional?
You know, it really depends. It really depends. It doesn't depend on the client. I know some people dress for the client in that way. So like, if I'm about to go into a massive boardroom and pitch a huge corporation with a client, then a blazer heel moment. But if it's something more laid back and I'm doing interviews like a press run, I do a sneaker, a little more cash, comfortable. So it depends. It's a good question though, because I have such a dear friend who's a publicist on the fashion and beauty side. And she always doesn't understand why I don't dress up more, because she goes to like Vogue and I'm like, I don't need to, it's a whole different world.
That makes sense.
So it's interesting. We actually do talk about it.
That's interesting, because now that you said that, like I never thought about that, like a publicist for like fashion and things like their dress attire and everything. I never really thought about that. I thought everybody kind of like, it's like I'm gonna wear what I want and not so much wearing what needs to represent that environment.
Yeah, like when I go and do, one of my guys is doing Jimmy Fallon, right? I'm not going to show up to NBC looking crazy, right? Like I also have to remember, like a publicist, whether you're repping a beauty brand or a person, you're repping them. We are their reps, right? Sometimes they see us before they see the client because we're getting out of the car first, right? We're the ones making sure everything's okay. So when they get out of the car, we can get right. So like you do have to think about that stuff. It matters. I think it matters.
So why for Little John you don't have glasses, dreads?
You know what? I know a grill. Why don't I have some diamonds on my teeth? Let's get to the forget the glasses. Come on.
Tamar, represent Little John. I'm gonna help you. So,
I know.
So even though like, and that's a good situation. Like even those like artists like I'll say Little John.
Yeah.
You still have to keep it professional. You still have to have some professionalism as a PR.
Are we still talking about clothing or
Just
like
an
the
appearance.
mojo, the whole thing?
No, just an appearance. Because like you said, when they first see you, it has a lot to do with how they're going to treat you, how they're going to respond.
I mean, look, whether it's John, Drumma Boy, any of my scam artists, the SKAM, the DJs, not like scam.
Let's clear it up. Let's clear this up.
Real clear about that.
What a
Scam
name.
artist.
I'm not booking them.
Exactly. It's always professional. And look, I'm very fortunate that I'm friends with my clients too, right?
Yeah.
Like I can go to dinner with John or Drumma or any of those guys after we're done working and right? Like debrief a little. But when I'm with him and it's work, it is work. Professional. Period.
That's good to know.
Yeah. I mean, I've always operated like that. That comes first and foremost.
And we have a lot of people that want to get into the business or informally doing what they think is PR. So how to get to the next level is important for them.
Let's talk about it.
You know what I mean? Do you still do this? Like, should I be in the jeans and the sneakers with maybe a hoodie? You know what I mean? That's real interesting. So here's another question. Males in PR. I don't see that many males in PR.
That's true.
Why do you think?
Yeah, so I think
She's like, I did a research paper on this.
Yeah, no, I definitely notice it. I know it. I'm very conscientious of it. Because you notice it. I will say, I think there are more, sometimes oddly I'll say there are more male publicists I know on the hospitality side who rep, let's say, hotels, clubs, maybe. Stuff like that,
or not artists and things.
or fashion, right? Then there's like the whole sector of men who are like very into fashion, and they're on that side. I do find that for the most part, it's hard. I think women have a way of communicating very clearly, succinctly. We know how to paint a picture of something in a very, again, clear way. What you do as a publicist is pitch all day. You're on the phone, you're on an email, you're right, and that's what we do to get people to like recognize our artists' work.
Okay.
Not to say men aren't great at that, but I think sometimes men think in like bullet points. Right? And you can't always pitch like that. Or when you're in a room and you're trying to, again, I'll use the example, like you go to Coca-Cola, I'll just take a big brand, right? And you're with a client and sometimes there's something to like a woman's touch on things.
It's a little softer.
Right? It's softer. Listen, I still make my point and I get what I got to get done.
But I'm not twisting your arm.
Yeah, like I don't know. Sometimes I think men can just come off a little like aggressive on the pitch, right? And I think clients prefer there is a way, like a method to the madness.
I think just women are just natural at it. Like I think that's the only thing maybe in the industry that's like that is for women.
Yeah, female.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is for women because it needs that female touch.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know
good
what I'm saying?
thing.
Needs that female touch.
I mean, I think we can do lots of other things. I know women managers and many other roles. Certainly, but yeah, I do find like, look, there really is like an art form to communication, and I find sometimes women they come around a little faster than men on it.
I can see that in real life.
Oh my God!
Like we come around, we communicate, and we come around faster than a lot of other things from the men.
And I will say this:
this has turned into
a whole other discussion.
Iyanla, real quick.
A whole other discussion. But I want to make one other note because I think it's super important. I rep a lot of men And where I lack in a meeting, they pick up the slack. So maybe I say something and it's not understood in a certain way, or one of my clients, right, will chime in, and we're a very good balance with one another. So that I think also helps. Yes.
Okay. The yin
I
and
think
the
it
yin and the
really
yang.
helps.
That yin and yang. So I always thought that it was like the nurturing side of the woman who is amenable to doing for the client. Like, I will, listen. I will, the nurturing spirit, that maternal spirit of the woman to be like, I'll do that. I understand that. You need that. That's what I always thought. Because, men, I'm a PR for a man, and he's acting goofy or being a little bit, diva-ish, or Devo, as we call it here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap it up. You know what I mean? I might not have that same patience and that same catering too.
So you think it's like
It
egos?
depends on the day for
like
me.
an ego or pride?
Yeah,
maybe?
absolutely. Because I know we've talked to a few PRs and what they go through. What they have to sometimes create messes up, and then they have to go back and fix it.
I think women can
true.
endure it more than like what you're saying with the man. Because I think after a certain point, we're like, you know what? After this, I ain't dealing with this no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When a woman be like, oh, let me just go
Handle it.
collect myself, then come back and,
Yeah, it's true. I think there is some of that for sure, and some more patience. But like, there's some days where like, I'm not fucking with you. Like, you better get it together. Like, I gotta be honest. Some days I am very good about that. There are other days where like, I can easily tell a client, or sometimes it's a media person. It's not just the client. We deal with media, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're the other side of that coin. Like, this is not gonna happen today. So you gotta have. I just tweeted
That
something
tough
yesterday.
backbone.
You better have a thick skin. I don't care what side of this industry you're on. Like, you will get put through that ringer, and you better be ready to roll. So,
I've learned from E, because I used to like just be ready to pop off, like, and he'd be like, yo, bro, you gotta be professional, like, calm down, like, relax,
take a beat,
like, and I'll be
breathe
like,
through,
nah, man, they talking crazy on my other tier, and like, nah.
Sometimes Bravo sees the opportunity as the last opportunity on earth.
Yeah,
and it's like we will have another. There's something behind this, so let that ride. Another one will pop up, and it usually does. It usually does. Yeah.
It usually does. Yes, it's easier said than done. I think again, some days it's a little
Especially
easier
when you're
to
in the
suck
moment.
it up.
Yeah,
exactly.
When you're in the moment, you're like, I don't know if this opportunity is going to happen in the future, so I better make sure that
I like to look at things like, I like to look at it like it won't happen and it will. Every situation, no matter how guaranteed it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna happen, so I'm prepared for it. It's not gonna happen, I'm prepared for it. It's gonna happen. Because then, when you start building that it's gonna happen, and then you start seeing some threats to what's going on, you might get out of character. So if you have both, it's a balance. So here's another question. Right? For media.
Yes.
Right? What are some of your pet peeves about media? Are we recording?
Hold on, let me get this.
Like, what do you like not like when your artists are dealing with media? Like, some strong 1, 2, or 3, right? See the bullet points? That you don't
exactly. What my artist doesn't like, or what I don't enjoy?
Both. Because you represent the artist. Obviously, sometimes they come to you.
Because I'm dealing with them a lot more than, all right. It is extremely frustrating when media, or you get a request and everything's piecemeal. I know that sounds really silly, that's one of my top things, but they're like,
Describe that.
Hey, we'd love to interview XYZ, doesn't matter, any client. We just need like 20 minutes with him. What's the deadline? What are we talking about? Do you want it in person? If it's in person, is there video? There's a litany of questions I have to reply back with. If you're gonna send a request to a publicist, put all the information. Don't make us have to yank and beg it. Like, you want something from me, so I want to give it to you, but you have to tell me what you want, right? Are we listening to that?
We got this?
Oh, okay.
For anyone who's got a blog or a website or a radio show,
diamond
like
necklaces coming out of her mouth.
Oh my.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Do not
You know why?
make me
You know why he had to take a
information.
step back? You know why, bro?
I used to do that.
Because this
No,
way-
but I used to do that. And
he said,
see,
"My
one
name
thing-
is Bravo
one thing is,
Piecemeal
I'm not
Piecemeal
afraid.
That is my name.
Listen.
Piecing things
This
together.
business is about learning and growing, and I've learned that
Yes.
when you asking for something, you gotta break it down.
Put it all in one
so
email.
this way they already know, so you ain't gotta go back and forwards. Everything is right there. in
Yes, and radio's interesting. I don't deal with radio as much because usually there's a full radio department, right? That's a whole other thing. But they'll be like, yeah, if he could just call in. We do Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? Let's say that's like a thing. Okay, what's the time frame? Is it live? Is it pre-taped? When is it airing? Like, you know, what markets is it? Like, it kills me that I have to ask you 15 questions. Like, that's crazy to me. I make it easy for the publicist because all we want to do, like, that sort of leads to my second thing is like, this is very mutual. We need something from you, which is we want to utilize your platform, right? Whatever it is, a website, a blog, a radio show. So like, and you need my artist. So let's help each other make it as easy as possible. So if you say something is going to run on Friday at 10 a.m., and it's like 2 p.m. and it's still not up and I don't hear from you, like that's some bullshit. Tell me what happened and why it's delayed. Because you have to think about it. We have to tell our client when it's running, they're expecting it to run, to go on Twitter, to get posted on Instagram, right? It's such a trickle effect. And that, you know, publicists, we always say we're the first ones blamed, right? And we are, and rightfully so, because we are that sort of gatekeeper.
You hooked it up.
That liaison, exactly. But if something doesn't run and it goes radio silent and it doesn't go up and it's 5 hours later again, then I have to stalk you.
Yeah.
And I'm okay doing that, right? Like I will be a pain in your ass until it goes up and figure out why it didn't go up on time.
I want to pause with that.
Yeah.
And apologize to anybody who had to deal with that from us. We have been.
I just feel like.
First of all, time out.
First of all, time out.
You got another show, Tamar. Tamar, you just started another show.
Do you know how many emails went back and forth between Tamar and Bravo?
Yeah, I saw the thread.
23 back and forth.
What?
I saw the
Could be.
thread. I saw
No,
And
but
you
it wasn't
see,
from
I
this
am
email.
quick.
But
If I
they-
don't hear from you in 2 hours, I'm like, hello.
What time is it? All right, when, Bravo? Where's the location? What's the address?
No,
But they
no,
were talking
no.
about
But
getting
we're-
crumpets and tea.
But
I saw that. in
what
the
we
thread.
was doing was we was
What happened?
her
What happened?
was
her scheduling was different, so we had to confirm the schedule, then the picture, and she was like, "Hold on, I'm gonna give you a
There
new
was
picture."
a newer ones
Listen,
or better.
bro. Listen, my man, I be on it.
There are some back and forths that have
Yeah,
to happen
it
logistically.
happens. That's it.
It's just from the jump. If people make a request to a publicist, I mean, this was like separate, but you know, it's like just make it easy for us. We want to make your life easier too. That's the truth.
Exactly.
We just want to make it as seamless as possible.
Exactly.
So,
And for your information, she contacted
God.
right?
She contacted and wanted to come on.
It
come
was.
back
I had
on.
so much fun with you
So-
guys.
So, well, I think what you're saying with that is you didn't have to put one big email to respond to her, right? Because it was casual. It was like
It was like, oh, well.
See,
Let's give him a pass. I feel. Let's give him a pass. It's okay.
Sal
it's
is
okay.
taking it literally like there should only be one email from you
Oh,
and
no,
one email from and never again. You should be
No.
on the show. The thing should
That is
happen,
it.
and that's
No.
it.
Well,
You should even
but
put
see-
thank you for coming on that same.
But see, if I want to throw shots, I can be like, well, the picture was in the email, Sal. And
Yes,
I told you
sir.
check the
Yeah,
email,
that's true.
and you put up an old picture. But so when
That's
you're gonna
true.
come,
That's true.
bro, I've been said the picture was in the email.
That's.
And for your information, I asked everybody for a picture in the email.
Thank you for that, Slim. Slim's like, and
cool this
fight.
down.
Okay, now back to T.
So tomorrow, another good thing
you
too.
just called this break up, but it's
I know, right? I'm like, I just started a thing here.
Nah, this was so heavy information. That information.
Nah, that was great.
That was
That was
keys.
real great.
Major keys.
Major keys. So another thing that you mentioned too was, you know, but from a media side, right? You know
Yeah.
what's the funniest thing we go through? When you put that pretty much elaborate and intricate email together, right? And they're like, so where is it at?
Yep.
And you're like, I know I put this in the email. Do you
What time
catch
is it?
yourself doing that sometimes?
You're saying like if someone, a media person, writes it to me,
Yeah, like they
and
put the
I don't read
info-
it thoroughly, then
yeah.
I'm like, you know.
Have
so
you did that?
I definitely have before where I'm like, so I'll get a lot of requests, and sometimes I don't know if like TV requests. I don't know if it films in New York or LA. And exactly, there'll be so much information about the show and the stats and the this and the that, and then it's
Like,
so
where is it again?
And I try to scan real close, right? But then I just reply and I'll be like, does this film in New York or LA? And they'll be like, it's below. And I always feel like an asshole.
Oh,
no. But
that's rule number one. You don't act hostility. You don't act
But
bad and
I-
bullshit.
Especially to the PR.
No.
I know, because it's like, but you still want my client to film your
They
show.
tell you that it's below.
But I have sometimes, once in a blue moon,
Ooh,
if I do that, they'll be like, it's below. And then they'll still answer it like, it films in LA,
that's even worse.
in Burbank, but it's below.
Even worse, Tamar.
And then they
When
put the
it's
arrows.
below,
They put the emoji
but since
arrows.
you didn't see it,
I know.
Look at that finger pointing emoji.
I know, but you know what? I'll take it because I should have looked more carefully. It's okay.
Nah, but sometimes though.
He screenshots it and sends it.
Yeah, he was screenshotting.
But sometimes though it happens because I have a thing of. I've cut it out a lot though. I used to do it a lot.
Really?
Now I cut
Screen
it,
sound
do it.
good?
But I kind of proofread the email. Like I don't go all the way through. I just look and I see certain things and then I'll be like, okay. And then I'm
Bravo's
like, oh,
admitting
shit.
to us that
Like,
he
Like when
doesn't
it comes
read.
you gotta admit,
Or
okay?
before you send it, you mean, or as it comes in?
Like when it comes in,
Right.
I'll look at it and look at it real quick because I want to answer it.
Oh, you scan.
So I'm
real
scanning
fast.
through and I'm
Right.
like, oh, and then I'm like, damn, did I?
Right.
And then I gotta go back and like,
I
oh,
know.
shit,
You have to
yeah.
like take a second, really give it. Yeah. It's hard. Yeah. And when you're getting a lot of emails, like this
Yeah.
week has been crazy.
Yeah, you trying to respond.
You're trying to respond to
on time
everyone.
and
Yes.
this and this and
Especially this
that.
weekend, it's Grammys.
Lil Jon has
Lil
new music
Jon
coming
had-
out tomorrow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on that.
Thanks. Yes.
Lil Jon.
It's called Alive with Offset and 2 Chainz.
Ooh.
It's
Offset?
a biggie. I know. This is why it's been a very long week. Yeah, no, it's a banger. It's great. So I'm very excited about it.
You didn't bring no sample of it?
You know what? If you go on his Twitter, you can actually hear. He just posted a few hours ago, like a little snippet, so you can hear. It's so.
Now, do you give your creative input to like the bangers? Like, no, John, wrap 2 Chainz up, get him off the track.
No, I do not.
Offset is off. I don't like it.
Get him off.
I know. No, I don't. But John will send me stuff pretty, once it's completed, he'll send it to me just for me to like take a listen. But no, I don't really give music feedback. I feel like, look, I know my lane. PR stuff, when we talk and it's like media,
Business.
PR, that stuff that's like, I got this, then all day he'll listen to me. We talk about things. We sort of figure it out together, what we want to do. And I'm very free with my opinion. I'm not so much, because like, what am I going to say? Yo, that bass sounds like the BPM. Like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. So, but,
So you just offer what you think, and then
yeah, like I will, of course, be like, yeah, it's cool, versus like, all right, we got one here.
Oh,
like,
wow.
we got one. So,
that's good.
That's cool.
I want to ask.
that I don't do. If I hear that joke one more time in my life, oh my Lord. I mean, literally, I'd be retired 5 years ago.
I want to
had a
ask.
nickel for every what?
Seriously.
I want to ask.
I know. Yeah.
How long have you and John been working together so far?
About 13 years.
13
Oh
years.
wow.
Since 2005.
Now-
You guys are married.
Yeah, definitely.
I know we do. We have like a serious work marriage.
Yeah, that's marriage.
When you first started, what was the initial contract? Was it a year, 3 years, or?
Oh God, that's an interesting story actually. So I started with like him in that whole account. So I started at a PR firm called Susan Blonding when I moved to the city in 2005.
Yeah.
Out of school. It was very strange. I went from like getting wasted to get low in college to then working with him 2 weeks later. Very weird.
Wasted to his songs, and then
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I still get wasted to a song, so it's okay. Yeah, so at Susan Blonde, I worked with a publicist there. I was an assistant. So we had Usher, John, Keisha Cole, Life Jennings, Sean Paul when he opened up for Mariah Carey. Yeah, we had like a slew. Leela James. People remember who that is?
I love Leela.
Yeah. So it was a great roster, and I just happened to.
Is Leela James real? Is that her? Is her hair real?
You know, that is a really good question.
Oh, that's another question.
I know. feel like
Gotta put in an
yes,
email.
but I'm not sure.
Did you ever grab the hair and check?
No, it's funny.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but I do remember being in a green room with her one time, and she was like, or her hairstylist was doing her hair, but I can't fully. I was also like running around like crazy doing
Okay.
work, so I wasn't
Yeah.
really paying attention.
But yeah, so you had all of these.
So no, we had all those, all those folks,
Mm-hmm.
and I happened to have just worked at TVT was also sort of in the mix at that time.
Wow, okay.
I mean, right, that's how far back it goes. And I worked just very heavily on John's account. And everywhere I've gone since then, he came with me. So when I went to a different PR firm, like 2 years later, he came with me, and I started Last Word PR in 2008, so like 10 years ago now. And he was, he is so loyal. We are all loyal back to him on that team. We've all been together. Like I always say, I joke, I'm like the newbie, and I've been there since 2013.
Wow.
For 13 years. Yeah,
2008,
since 2000.
wow.
So we've all been together for a really long time, and he has just the best manager who's known him since they were like kids. So it's a really close
So basically,
group.
when he starts working with people, he really just connects, and it develops into more than just business. Like the business thing is, like friends now, and we're gonna.
Yeah, I mean,
keep
look,
this-
first and foremost, he is my boss and my client, and that's it, right? Again, I'm fortunate that he is a friend, right?
Yeah,
like
those
I
are
talk
rare,
to him
those
every
are rare
day.
business
Like,
relationships.
yeah, it is really rare. And sure, there have been people who have sort of come and gone into the camp, to some degree. But yeah, like once John feels like, he always says, it's funny, I remember the first time we actually met, like in person, we were like doing a lot of emails prior to that. We were going to like the BMI Awards, I think, for VMA weekend. And he was like, you are good energy. Like you're just good energy.
Wow.
And he says that about everyone on the team. Like the way Kanye always says he sees like colors around people. So I feel like John gets that same sort of like thing where he just like feels it, and just it's very like a visceral reaction. You're either just like energy he wants around him and in his camp. So yeah, I mean, it's always corny, when there's award shows and everyone goes up and thanks people, and they're like, it's like a family. That movie set was like a family, but like you do sort of become your own unit and have each other's back, and for real life stuff too, babies and deaths and all of that. I mean,
spending countless hours together.
Yeah.
More than anything, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what is he up to now, other than the music?
Oh my gosh, we have a lot. So yes, we have new music coming. We also just told people this week, so I don't know if people know what Pencils of Promise is. It's a charity where they build schools in like Ghana, Guatemala. Exactly. Scooter Braun's brother started that, Adam Braun. So John built a school in Ghana in October.
I heard
was
about
fine.
that.
Yeah, that's
We
what I was
posted
gonna say.
that.
We posted.
Oh yeah, yes.
Two more or
posted
something
that.
like that.
So yes, so we gave an exclusive to CNN this week,
Okay.
and he just broke ground on the second one, and that'll be done this summer. Knock on wood. So we'll go back there and open it up, and
That's
it was
amazing.
life changing for him.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he always says like to see kids in like blazing heat to have to learn like on the ground under a mango tree, which is like was like really hard to see. These kids just don't have like a chair to sit in and have like a desk to put something on, and so it changes the whole community because they build it. So literally with like the concrete and everything, and it really is like very close to him, and so that's like another big project. That's a lot of work.
I mean, I can't even imagine how rewarding that is. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And then to
That's just
see
crazy.
it come to tuition is like incredible.
Yes, and by the way, I think the teachers are so honored to just have a school again, to like an actual physical structure.
library.
Yeah, I mean, people take for granted, everyone.
Everything.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking literally just like a bench for them to sit on. It's nothing crazy, but
They say the school is the moral authority for the community. School is the moral authority. You know what I mean? Because you're raising kids, so it's real. Is it like a uniform school? Is it?
I actually, so the video footage, I was not able to go. I was supposed to go, so I'll probably go to the second one this summer. I feel like the kids were wearing sort of a uniform.
So cool.
So yes, and I have pictures that I can send you later
Yeah, we
after
need
this
to
if you want to
post that.
see.
Yeah.
Video footage, certainly they did a whole ceremony. Yeah, it's just really nice.
Yeah,
It really is like a lovely project that he works on, and so it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's hip hop
It is
point of view
good.
education.
You said that the kids are also doing the building.
Not the kids, but the community.
The community,
exactly.
okay.
So like I mean, again, I can send you guys footage. They literally are like digging, making each of those
Doing
cinder
the construction.
blocks.
They're doing the construction.
Okay.
Yes, yes, and don't forget, like a lot of those places, like it has to be near water. They don't always have, like it's such a larger project than just building the structure. It's a whole community that comes together. So it's just such a wonderful thing.
That's fantastic. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if it was me. If it was me, it would say E School on their shirt. It's just what it would say
E-School.
tomorrow.
Right.
Every school, they
Yeah.
would say that right there.
Yeah.
What does he have? Little
Like
John,
dedicated it?
Yeah. Does he have Little John School or LJS?
No, that's so funny. He's dedicating each school. So the first school is dedicated to his mother who passed away actually when we did the second season of Celebrity Apprentice that we did. And so that's dedicated to his mother, who he always says is just like the strongest, hardest working person he knew and still knows. And the second one, I think it's like just dedicated from like Jonathan Little John Smith.
Okay.
So that one will be like a Little John school. Yes.
Official Little John School.
Little John.
The Little John School. That's so cool. That's so cool. So tomorrow, what's unfortunate is we could talk forever.
Yes.
All day.
And get these jewels. But for now, if people want to get at you,
yes,
right, talk business, send you a complete email.
Complete.
How do they get in contact with you?
Yes, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, both at LastWordPR.
Okay.
And I check it all, so I will see it. I'm very good about responding.
Okay. Do you have an assistant?
I do.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
That's good. I was like, how do you do it? But you do have some help.
Yeah, I
Okay.
do have some help.
Right.
Thank God. I do the heavy lifting though, but I
Obviously.
definitely have some help, and she's the best. A big shout out to Brittany if she's listening. Yeah.
Shout out to
her. We'll let her know.
Yes.
Hip hop point of view.
We're gonna get those.
Last
We gotta
word
get
PR.
those that footage though, so we can make a little segment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and
What
put it out
what would
there.
be ideal if we could go to Ghana
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. It's the summer.
Right.
I'm trying to look for a summer opportunity.
She's like looking up flights
and do
right
some
now. Like,
media.
oh, man.
And do some media out there.
Or at the
That'd be
airport.
great. When is he breaking ground? When is he breaking ground?
the second one already did, but the dedication and all of that with the
Okay.
kids there and all of that, hopefully will be in the summer. Yeah.
Wow. Maybe we can do some hip hop courses on elements and yeah. Oh,
English?
volunteer work, right?
Hey,
Volunteer.
I like
Volunteer
that idea.
Mr. Volunteer himself.
Hey, you heard it.
We got it. We got it.
And
We
he'll
got
be the
it.
one that doesn't show up. We'll be waiting.
Right?
Like, yo, like
Hip hop point of view. Tamar, thank you.
You're
And
so
we
welcome.
gotta
Thank
make
you.
this.
Yeah.
You gotta come by again, not once a year. She does a once a year thing. Like,
I'll come again.
It's a course for us.
HHPOV